All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division. Teofimo Lopez makes his return to the ring and bashes Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia in the process. Man, this cat is delusional, but a good fighter. Looking forward to him to come back. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. It's been a while since I've been able to talk about the former undisputed champion of the world at 140 pounds, Teofimo Lopez. He is returning this weekend for a fight, for his first fight since he lost his titles to George Kambosos at 135 pounds. Fighting against pretty much a guy out of Mexico that is fighting for the first time out of Mexico. Expect to see him get a good win. But in the meantime, absolutely ripped Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia, calling these guys flawed fighters and somebody that he looks forward to dominating in the future. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, please accept my thanks for continually supporting the channel and the live streams that we do and in the videos that we do, on a daily basis. Your support is greatly appreciated and needed in the channel. All right, so Teofimo Lopez is asked about his fights coming up. Which is to be the day after tomorrow, Saturday. The time of this video is on Thursday. So the day after tomorrow, Teofimo Lopez will be making his return to the ring at 140 pounds on a top ranked card that also includes Xander Zayas. So looking forward to that fight as well. But he was asking and talking about a lot of different things, man. And Teofimo Lopez, to me, still seems like he may be suffering from a little bit of, he's a little bit wobbly sounding, like he was immediately after having lost to George Kambosos. And he's saying some things that I think are kind of out there, but he did say specifically things that I thought were interesting related to Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, right? Which was in a small way ranked the fighters unintentionally, right? So what he said was, look, these guys are all flawed fighters. He said Gervonta Davis Devin Haney has about 4 flaws. He said Gervonta Davis has about 3 flaws, and he said Ryan Garcia has about 10 flaws, and he said, every time he punches, he throws his head up in the air, right? So the only person that had a flaw that he communicated that about was, the specific one was Ryan Garcia. But I thought it was interesting, man, that he gave Devin Haney more flaws than he gave Gervonta Davis. However, my question is, how many flaws do you have? You know what I mean? Where were all of these flaws? You are most certainly not a flawless fighter, because George Kambosos certainly was able to find them when he fought Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo was still like, my mind wasn't right. I really wasn't there during the fight and all of those good things. But he also said some things I thought were, made some sense, that were encouraging. Like, look, man, that's 1 loss. That's not the first time I've ever lost in my career. I've been fighting for 21 years. I've got 21 losses, right? Which, now I don't know if he meant that he had a loss a year or he had 21 amateur losses, but clearly he's had losses in the amateurs. And so I guess what he's saying is, look, I'm not going to be, don't discount me because I've lost. I feel that's just, it happens, right? And I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna wind up taking over and dominating the 140-pound division. Said that he wants to fight Josh Campbell if that's the fight that he can get. But since Josh Campbell's Josh Taylor is dropping a lot of those belts, and other guys are already fighting for those vacant belts, he doesn't quite know how he's gonna get to those belts. But I'm gonna tell you, I believe highly likely that of the people that Teofimo Lopez said, who he would fight, even though Ryan Garcia said he wants a Teofimo Lopez fight, I think the most realistic guy for Teofimo Lopez to end up fighting is the fight that I would have loved to have seen at 135 pounds, and that is the fight with Devin Haney. That fight, I do believe, is something that can get made because Devin Haney is going to, as a former champion a former undisputed champion, especially if he leaves with the title, with him not having lost his belts, right? Which is not going to be an easy task because in order to do that, he's going to have to beat the George Kambosos fight. I think is an easy task. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything really George Kambosos is going to do to be able to win that fight. However, Vasily Lomachenko, the fight that Devin Haney will probably have after that, I do think that is a legitimate hard challenge for Devin Haney that it will be tough for him to win. Not saying that he won't win, because obviously anytime that I watch these fights and I make predictions for fights, I really do wait and hold my real last minute prediction till right before the fight, till I can see the fight in my mind's eye, like right before it happens. I tend to find that making prediction fights are better that way because over time, like say one guy just fought, like Devin Haney just fought, his fight is more fresh in my mind and he's looking good, pretty much didn't lose a round. So I'm like, well, how is Lomachenko going to win that round against him? Because that's the last guy that I saw. Same thing, like if Lomachenko were to fight, if I was to be asked right after the Richard Comey Vasily Lomachenko fight, I might say, man, I don't really know who's going to win that fight. Or I don't know how Devin's is gonna be able to deal with the things that I saw Vasily Lomachenko do to Comey, right? Don't know how that's gonna happen. But when we get closer to the fight, and it kind of, all of that immediacy, the immediate impressions from those fights go away. I think it's a little bit easier to make the call. But at this particular time, I would say, look, man, I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight for Lomachenko and a very, very tough fight for Haney. Man, I just want to see that fight. But Haney, I do believe, will go up to 140 pounds in the fight after that. And if he is still with Top Rank, which really makes the most sense for him because Top Rank has pretty much all the guys up at 140 with the exception of Matias and Antonio Russell are going to be with Top Rank, with the exception of those guys. Like, Regis Prograis, I think, is a bit of a free agent. But definitely Josh Taylor's top rank. Jose Ramirez is top rank. And I do believe some of those guys that are fighting for they're going to fight for the vacant title are top rank too. I think these guys are going to wind up being together. And so, more than likely, Haney will probably stay with them because I think that's his best option, right? DAZN is not deep in that division at all. In the PBC, I don't really know if they're really interested in Devin at this point because I think they've been building their own fights. But we'll see who's got the flaws when that particular instance takes place. I don't really see the 4 flaws on Devin. I see there's things that Devin can do, like he could have more power. One thing is, he does dip down to his left as a default, similar to what Caleb Plant does. So he may feel like he can take advantage of that. But at the end of the day, there'll be a great fight. As far as Gervonta Davis, I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about Teofimo Lopez finding that out. And as far as Ryan Garcia, I don't see Ryan Garcia ever fighting him either. I think that Ryan Garcia, man, he's just over in that Golden Boy silo with Munguia and Ortiz, and who knows when they're going to fight somebody. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.